Do you know how we prepare before teaching? There are some techniques we are supposed to use. Different techniques are supposed to be looked at before you go to classroom when you are a teacher, when you are a lecturer, when you are a senior teacher or a senior lecturer in different categories. Let it be at primary level, let it be at secondary level, let it be at university level or tertiary levels or vocational levels, different categories of learning. There are some preparations we must put in place. Today, you are going to learn with me on how some of these techniques are supposed to be prepared before going to a classroom that you are going to teach. My colleagues, I'm going to talk about 3 aspects. The first aspect, it is a personal preparation aspect. The second aspect, it is environmental preparation aspect. And the last aspect will be effective learning aspect. How do we prepare as individuals? That is personal aspect. And how do we prepare the conducive environment? That is environmental aspect. And the last aspect, as I have said, it is effective learning. How do we prepare for it? You are supposed to prepare for it. It does not come in your classroom accidentally. These are things you prepare for. These are things you plan for. These are things you create so that they can have a system flow, not accidental flow. The first aspect, which is personal preparation, there are some things as a teacher you are to look at before going to a classroom that you are going to teach. First and foremost, look at your dressing code. Do I appear a teacher in front of my learners? If you're a primary teacher, have you ironed your shirt? Or secondary teacher, are you tucking in? Are you in a tie? Plan for your dressing code. Is it going to be an African attire? Is it going to be a modernized attire like having a suit? Different categories of attires. Were you aware? Sometimes we are defined according to the attire we are putting on. You put on a sportwear, someone who is going to meet you will say, hey, are you going for sports activities? You put on the club wear, everyone you'll be meeting with and will be telling you, are you going for clubbing? And it will be somehow ashaming if at all it's daytime, but you are in a club wear. You are going to teach, but at the same time, you are in a political way. There are some things you should look at. For a teacher, make sure you are decent. Do a research on it. What is the definition of someone being decent? How am I supposed to prepare myself in terms of dressing code that I'm going to be decent? Then work upon your dressing code very well. There are some teachers, because of not preparing for your dressing code, you will pick a shirt from under a pillow. You even first smell it yourself. You hear it is smelling, but you say, I think my shirt or blouse is smelling to a lesser extent. For today, I can put it on. I'll put the washed one tomorrow. No, it is a big mistake. The moment you sense it, that it is smelling, you better call your class that, excuse me, today we are not going to have a class, and you first prepare yourself. Because look at the current competence-based curriculum for my colleagues from Uganda or any other country that is using this approach, where a teacher, not only you speak to use the lecture method, or what we call teacher method, but you are supposed to teach every learner as you guide. Things are supposed to go like this, things are supposed to appear like this. So if you are a teacher and you are there, you are guiding learners, you are very closer to them, and the learners are smelling your armpits and they are all hiding their faces, there is something wrong somewhere. You need to prepare yourself. The body cleanliness. Look at your hair. How does it look like? Look at your beards. How do they look like? Look at your shoes. Previously, teachers were defined by the bending shoes. You find someone is moving like this with bending shoes because you did not prepare for which type of shoes I must appear in front of my learners. Actually, being a teacher, these shoes, learners are supposed to look at them, because you are their role model in terms of your dressing code, in terms of the way you speak. Prepare your voice. Even you can first practice it within the room where you live. Master the content as a teacher. Practice. Repeat. Lesson plan. Scheme for it, or use instruction resources. Make sure you lesson plan in 5 minutes. I'll do my introduction. I'll start with a prayer, greeting, reviewing the previous lesson, introducing the the current lesson, different preparations to prepare well. In preparation, even you are supposed to go in the aspect of environmental preparation. Check the classroom you are going to use, where you are going to teach from. First go there, enter inside. I'm going to teach 100 learners. Is it very enough to accommodate 100 seaters? Or you want some learners to stand, other learners to sit on the floor? My dear, that one is going to be somehow academic poison. They are not going to settle. Make sure the environment is conducive for learning progress. Who of you can teach near a smelling latrine or near a sewage facility? You cannot. Because the moment you'll be teaching near there, learners will be getting a lot of smell. Actually, in this aspect, I want us to master what we call 5 senses of a human being if we want to have an effective learning.